Hey everyone, welcome back to GM Details. Now if you remember a few weeks back I did a review on the Karcher K4 pressure washer, and on that review I said there'd be a second one coming where you can accessorise or change things about it to make it a little bit better for yourself. So this is this video. If you haven't already seen that video, I'll pop a link up in the top right hand corner of the screen just now, or in the description below for you to go and check that out first, then come back and watch this video. So let's get into it. So a quick recap, this is my Karcher K4 full control as it came out the box. That's the video lands, the new style trigger heads that come with them, 6 meters of the high pressure hose. Also comes with a turbojet nozzle and a patio cleaner, but we're not going to use that on the car today. You shouldn't use it on the car at any time. So what I'm doing here just now is purging the lands. We covered that in the last video. Just make sure that all the air has gone from the pump before we switch on the machine. Now the first thing I wasn't too happy with the machine was the hose that came with it, the 6 meter hose, for this reason. It's very springy. It's like a plastic hose. It doesn't really give that much, and it's okay in the summer when the temperatures are above 15 degrees. It kind of is a bit placid and easily manoeuvrable around the car, but in the winter time it goes really rigid and it's just coils up. As you can see there, with that you have to stand at the end of your driveway swishing around the lands like some Jedi warrior just to get the hose unkinked. Doing that several times gets a right pain in the derriere. So once you're set up, switch on, time to go, start rinsing down the car. That's not your problems over. I'll show you. So just as we zoom in here, concentrate on the hose and see what it does. All I'm doing is rinsing the car down, and magically something will happen. Something which you may find a little bit difficult to watch. So let's try that again. We've reset the hose again, nice and flat on the ground. Come back to rinse the car down and it kinks back up again. It does this time and time again. So what are our options? What can we do about it? Well, when you think about it, the lens is a bit big, isn't it? Especially when you consider what you could have. Look at the difference in that. Now you can either use that on its own with the gun, or you can buy an extension to make it, a bit longer if you want to. Now this setup on its own isn't going to give you that great a pressure, so we have to use a series of nozzles to change the angle of the spray from the guns. So you've got your black, red, white, green and yellow there. Now if you ever get the red in a kit, get it to throw it away. Right, so you don't really even need the black one, and we'll cover the 3 other ones a little bit later in the video. So first we're going to change out this hose that comes with it for this. Now as you can see, I've had this for quite some time. I've had it since the last Black Friday deal from Direct Hoses. So I'll just show you how easy it is to change over, but firstly I'll go through some of the specifications of the new hose. So out goes the 6 meter plastic crap, and as you can see, this new hose is rubber, clearly better quality, made to last. It's called the Interflex hose, as you can see there. Proper premium grade hose for direct replacement actually for your Karcher K series. It just plugs straight in where the other one came out. Interestingly, it is a 250 bar rated hose, which is phenomenal. So this isn't going to burst out or anything. It's absolutely superb. You can see there we have the existing Karcher, and just coming in from the side we have this one. You can see the two of them are exactly the same. Now if you haven't already changed any of the hoses on a Karcher K4 before, it's a simple clip pin that you pull out. There it is. And all you need to do is pull that out, make sure you don't lose it, and it just disconnects. Simple as that. Push the end through to the front of the machine, and that's your hose disconnected. And the fitting of the new one is obviously just the reverse of that. The best thing about the K series hose fitment is that there's only one way it can actually fit. So if you have a little bit of trouble to begin with, just twist slightly and it should fit absolutely perfectly. So once you have it there, go back and get your clip. It doesn't go up the top part as I've tried to do there. It goes in, yeah, in there, and make sure it clicks in. And that's it, done. You've changed the hose. To fit the hose onto these short trigger guns, you have your Karcher adapter at the bottom. Now these sometimes come supplied with the Karcher machines themselves. This one certainly was. I believe this one actually came from a Karcher K2, but certainly when you buy some of these short triggers, you actually get supplied the little Karcher adapters so the K series can just clip straight into them. And that's really all there is to it. All you've got to do now is connect up the hose and you're good to go again. Remembering of course to make sure that you re-purge the machine to get rid of all the air that was stored in the hose itself. So let the trigger run for a few minutes before actually switching on the machine. And of course you can still store the trigger in the same place the old Lance used to store, keeping it all lovely and neat. So far I've upgraded the hose to a 15 metre long hose and the trigger to a new trigger head with quick connect. Now these just make the adapters and accessories easier to fit in. Now you don't need the extra stainless steel extension there, but we'll come a little bit later on in the video where you'll see just where it comes into play. So these nozzles are different angles of spray pattern. The yellow one there is a 15-degree one, the green one is 25 and the white one is 40-degree angles. We'll find out a wee bit later on just exactly what that looks like. So hopefully here you'll have a little bit of a better understanding about the difference between the flexible rubber hosing being a lot heavier, it's more sturdy on the ground, as opposed to the plastic hose from the Karcher. So advantages of using the shorter gun with the short stainless steel extension bar there is you can get a little bit closer to the car than you can with the Karcher Vario Lance. You can angle it either up the way or down the way, so you can get greater control, especially for the lower sills, and then angle it the other way so it's pointing down for doing higher roof points that you can't normally get to, especially if you're using the Vario Lance where you have to angle the whole thing, put it way up above your head to try and get the roof done on some Land Rovers, Range Rovers. So this little angled extension tool has been brilliant. I really like using it, and it's saved a lot of fatigue on using the standard Karcher Lance. In case you haven't seen these before, these are the little nozzles that you get with the quick release gun. 15 degrees, the green one is a 25 degrees and the white one being a 40-degree one. This is actually the one that I prefer for rinsing down snow foams and pre-washes. It's really good for that. Now the black one is more or less a straight through, gives you about a 45-degree angle as you can see, and what that's good for is applying detergents, and that works with the Karcher triangular bottle that goes on the top of the machine and delivers the soap through that. Then there's the 15-degree yellow attachment. So as you can see, it comes out at a much shallower angle, and obviously it'll have a greater pressure. So if you're wanting to knock off some loose dirt and debris, this is the one you'll want to use. Then there's the green intermediate one, 25-degree angle, and that's a good general all-purpose one. Covers quite a lot of area for the roof, and it still has that good bit of pressure behind it as well. That's quite a favourite one of mine too. In fact, I like all three of them. I know there's 4 there, but I don't use the black one. And then lastly we have the white one, the 40-degree nozzle. Now this is really good for rinsing off your shampoo suds from the car. All very straightforward, nice and easy to use, quick connect in and out. The only thing you have to make sure is when you put them in, you have to make sure it clicks, and I would always advise pull the trigger away from the car so that you're testing to make sure that the nozzle is actually in correctly. This just lets you see how much control that you have with you being so close in contact with the wheel area there, especially in your wheel arches. You're down there, you're right beside it, you can see everything that's going on, and it's just so different rather than standing back trying to pressure wash your wheels at a distance. Actually having this short trigger is definitely what they call a game changer, at least for me anyway. Now if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know what these are, snow foam cannons. Now whether you have a Karcher with the Karcher Connect or you've upgraded for the Quick Connect, all of these foam cannons can be purchased either by selecting that you want the Karcher connection, the Quick Connect, Nilfisk, Lavor, the list is endless. Also with these cannons you can change them, so if you already have Karcher and you want to change the Quick Connect, that can easily be done as well. Now with using the snow foam cannons with the short trigger, I just find again you've got a little bit more control rather than having the sort of longer gun to operate it with the Karcher and the snow foam lands being at the end of it. Here you've just got that close coupled connection, and again it's just that little bit better user experience. They don't call it a quick connect system for nothing. There you can see, very easy just to take off the snow foam lands, and once you find the nozzle that you've taken off earlier, you just click that back into place like that, and remember, test away from the vehicle, and there you go, you can just get straight back into rinsing off your car. Fantastic. Swapping out the nozzle for the extension wand, clips into place, and then the nozzle you had in the trigger goes on the end. Seconds, and that way then you've got easier access to either underneath the chassis, underneath the sills, or on the roof. And that brings us to the end of the video. I hope it's been of some help, and if you're thinking of changing any part of your setup, I'll pop links in the description box below for you to check out. If you've seen this little icon pop up throughout the video, it's a way of showing support for the channel. You can buy me a coffee and I'll give you a mention on the next video as a thank you for supporting GM Details. The link is in the description below. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate each view. It's really helping to grow the channel, so like, comment and subscribe. If you have any further comments or questions, feel free to leave them comments below. I really do love hearing from you guys. Music from the video was provided by Stu Preston. Check out his YouTube channel for some amazing music. So I look forward to seeing you all on the next video. Till then, take care. Cheery bye now.